Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Things look different right now because it is currently 10 p.m. at night, Monday, March 3rd, which means that it is the night before Oathbound's release. Oathbound is book 3 in the Legendborn cycle, and my local bookstore in Houston, Kindred Stories, is doing a midnight release party, so I'm really excited. I've never been to a midnight release party for a book ever, so I'm just excited to see who all shows up and like all of us talk about Bree and Legendborn and Nick versus Cell, all the things. But yeah, since it's 10 p.m. and this is a midnight release party, I thought I would wear pajamas. So I got purple pajamas to match the cover of Oathbound, which is mostly purple. So like imagine me holding the copy of Oathbound in my hands with my purple pajamas. Exactly. So I wanted to be comfortable because it is 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, I feel like pajamas was the easiest thing to put on. I'm excited to see what they have planned for us, and I'm headed there right now. So let's go. Okay, so it is the next day after the midnight release party, and it was so much fun, but I didn't get home until 12:30 and I went straight to sleep. I was exhausted. I just took my book home and went straight to sleep. But yesterday was so much fun. I got to hang out with a whole bunch of other people who love the series, and we played games, some games that had us like doing like a either or type of situation. We also had a we listen and we don't judge bookish edition game as well too, which was very interesting. It was very interesting to hear people's like don't judge me takes when it comes to books. But yeah, it was so much fun. I'm so grateful that I was able to go to an event like that. It's just nice to be among like other readers, and to be all celebrating and being excited about the same thing was also just like a really, really wonderful experience. I love the book community so much. I say that all the time, but I really felt it at that party. Here she is. This is Oathbound, the third book in the Legendborn cycle. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, she's big. She's big. The exact number of pages, I think, or let me see, 642 pages. This is book 3 of 4. And with that being said, I did start it on audio because I want to do like an immersion reading where I'm doing the audio. I'm reading physically so I can like make my notes, underline, annotate, do all of that. The audio for this book is 25 hours long. Or to be specific, 24 hours and 59 minutes on 1.6, which is where I like to listen to audiobooks. It's 15 hours. Needless to say, I will not be finishing this book this week. There's just no way. I also don't want to rush it, so I'm only 2 chapters in, and I'm taking my time, and I'm loving it so far. The prologue had my heart beating very fast, as this book tends to do. Very stressful, but I love the adventure I'm on with Miss Bree in this book. But yeah, I got her, so excited. Oh, also at Kindred, they were able to get us signed copies, which like, how special is that? She's gonna be in Houston on the 11th, and I'm gonna have her hopefully personalize this book because yeah. So outside of listening to Oathbound and like physically reading it, I am reading a few other things this week. A book that I finished that I have to talk about briefly is Firstborn Girls by Bernice L. McFadden. Was this in my February TBR? I think so. And I did start reading it in February, but I didn't finish it until this past Monday. I knew it was gonna be good. I knew it was gonna be heavy. The best way to describe it is that it's unflinchingly honest. The things that Bernice talks about in this book, I just feel like a lot of people sadly will resonate with some of the traumas that she's experienced, but a lot of people will also, I think, value her pursuing her dreams of becoming a writer despite what the world thinks and despite like responsibility responsibilities and like adulting and all the things that, you know, we all kind of manage through. The end of the memoir was just like very beautiful to see her kind of like taking the steps to live her dream. And Sugar is the only other book I've read by her, and she talks about like how Sugar kind of showed up for her and how she started writing her story. So that was really cool to see her process of that. But something that I was thinking about in this book is that Bernice has done a lot of family research, and she's able to like connect everyone in her family. And in the beginning, hold on, let me show you. This is her family tree. I hope you can see it. And I was thinking to myself, like, I don't have anything like this. And there's people in my family that I don't know. So it like brought this want and desire to like maybe be the historian of my family. Just kind of like, I would say that Bernice is definitely the historian of her family. It was just really beautiful to see how she recognized the things that were passed down to her generationally, how she was empowered by the women in her family. They were all so close. There was like the protective family members, there were the harmful family members as well. Her relationship to her siblings, her dating life, her identity. Her dad is his family's from Barbados, so she talks about going to Barbados for the first time and that experience there. And it was just a really, really good memoir. I don't rate memoirs because that's weird. This is somebody's life. But I do think that a lot of people will find lots of validation and just really resonate with her experience. Her family members are so many other people's family members, so I really enjoyed this one. I definitely recommend it. It is out now too, so I would pick it up for sure. Another book that I have been reading, I'm listening to this one on audio and I have about less than 2 hours left, so I'll definitely finish it this week and then give a full review. But it's just Fundamentally by Nusaiba Yunus. I don't know if I read the description here, but it's described as a fierce, wildly funny, and razor-sharp exploration of radicalism, family, and the quest for belonging. Fundamentally, boldly inspects one of the defining controversies of our age and introduces a fearless new voice in contemporary fiction. I think that's the best way to describe it. It reads like a satire. It's very funny, but also, of course, as satires do, it tackles a lot of like big topics. I'm really enjoying it so far, but I'll give my full review once I finish it. Oh, also, this book made it to the Women's Prize long list. So, that's very cool to already have it. I can see why it made that list. I'll talk more about it when I review it. And then another book that I'm reading physically is The Persians by Sanam Malouji. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This book is also nominated for the Women's Prize long list, and so far, very locked in. I don't know if I'll finish this book this week, but I can tell you that I'm very interested so far. Let me read the description. A darkly funny, life-affirming debut novel following 5 women from a once illustrious Iranian family as they grapple with revolutions, personal and political. So I was like, okay, yeah, I love a multiple POV story. I love a family story, all me, right? I want to also read the first sentence of the book to you. For a week, it was a non-stop party of drugs and cartoons until an hour ago when I bailed my auntie Shirin out of the Aspen jail after her arrest for attempted prostitution. That's the first sentence of the book. Are you not locked into the story just based off of that? Exactly. So yeah, I'm 20 something pages in so far. Again, I don't think I'll finish this before I end this video for my reading week, but it's very interesting so far, I'll say that. Those are the books that I'm reading so far this week. Again, Firstborn Girls, loved it. And then I'll hopefully be able to give a review Fundamentally soon. But yeah, I'm gonna head to a coffee shop to get a couple more pages of The Persians and just kind of update you as I go. Okay, the workday is done and it's time to unwind. I'm about to do something that I haven't done in a really long time, which is listen to an audiobook while playing a video game. I'm currently trying to like Hello Kitty Adventures. Is that what it's called? I don't remember the full title, but the new Hello Kitty game. I'm someone that likes like parameters with games. The games where you can just do whatever you want, not really my thing, but I don't hate it. I'm like very much so in the middle. So I'm gonna play it today while I finish listening to this book right here, Fundamentally. I'll check back in. so it is the end of the week, and shockingly, I was able to finish all the books that I started this week. It's very rare that that happens often. Normally I can get at least one or two, but I was able to finish all three, and yeah, I feel really good. It was a good reading week. As I mentioned before, I did love this book. I very much so recommend it, especially if you are a firstborn girl or if you're an only daughter. I think you would also resonate with this one. Trigger warnings before you pick it up. Take care of yourself while reading this one for sure. I was able to finish Fundamentally on audio, and when I finished it, I was like, okay. I felt okay about it. Not bad, not like fantastic. It's a satire, so that the quirkiness and like the comedy is there, but the story just ended up being something that I didn't anticipate. I felt okay about it. I feel like at the core of this story is like a complex mother-daughter relationship. That's kind of what it comes down to, for me at least, or that's a big takeaway that I took from this book. I think the writing was really great. The characters were messy, but also honest, and I really appreciated that. I wouldn't say that it's like on my top favorites of the year so far, but it's definitely memorable. I can see why it was longlisted for the Women's Prize. I enjoyed it for sure, so I would recommend it if you like satires, if you like complex mother-daughter relationships. I would recommend this one as well too. And lastly, the book I didn't think I would finish, but I was so locked in, is The Persians. What I liked about this book is that we get multiple POVs. We have 5 POVs, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but everyone's voice is very unique to them. Everything that they do is also very unique to them, so it was very easy to separate who was who, and also was able to keep track of how they were all connected. This is a great story about, again, what's passed down generationally between mother and daughters, many complex mother-daughter relationships in this one. Also an exploration of just like America and Iranians and just like their descriptions of like what it's like to be in America and kind of almost being erased and people not really understanding where they come from or their culture. I like that exploration a lot. I think the writing was really sharp. This was a great debut. Like, wow. I don't think this one is on my top favorites of the year as well, but I really enjoyed it. The characters felt very relatable. My favorite character, which people will probably hate, is Shireen. She's just a hot mess. But the more that you learn about her and her life, you start to understand why she does the things that she does, why she is the way that she is, and you're able to find compassion and empathy for her. And I think that that to me is like a very well-written character and my hope for everyone in the world, to be honest. But I like this one a lot. I can also see why this one was longlisted for the Women's Prize. Makes total sense to me. I definitely recommend it for sure. I don't think it's like a heavy read at all. I think it was pretty like normal, but to be honest, I do read a lot of heavy books, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. I liked it. I don't know why the theme for my reading this week was just like complex mother-daughter relationships. I don't know what that was about, but lots to think about for sure. But yeah, that was my reading week this week, and this week felt really long. I think it's because I had the Oathbound midnight release party, and just all the excitement around Oathbound was just like so much fun, but it left me feeling exhausted. So I'm actually very surprised that I was able to read as much as I did this week, but another great week of reading. I need to really buckle down on what my March TBR is, because I'm starting to feel that feeling of like, I don't know what to read. So I need to like give myself some boundaries and guide rails, I guess, for what I want to focus on this month, because I have so many books that I can choose from and it can feel overwhelming. But yeah, I think in my next video, I'll probably share my March TBR. But yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Of course, I'm so glad to still be making videos and to connect with you guys. It's been so great. I truly love it here. I love it on YouTube. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.